A warm welcome to 25th anniversary function of SAHASRA DEEPIKA.
We'll begin our function by lighting the lamp. I now request Mataji, Dr. Sridhar sir, Justice Segde sir and Sarva auntie to come forward and light the lamp.
ಬೆಳಗುವ ಬೆಳಗುವ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಸಹಸ್ರದೀಪದ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಸಹಸ್ರದೀಪದ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಸರ್ವ ಸಮಾನತೆಯ ಬೆಳಕು ಸರ್ವ ಸಮಾನತೆಯ ಬೆಳಕು ವಿಶ್ವಕುಲಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಬೆಳಕು ಬೆಳಗುವ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಅಗಣಿತ ಗುಣಗಳ ಜ್ಞೇಯು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣರ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣರ ದೀಪಿಗೆಯು ವಿಜಯ ಪದ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಬೆಸುಗೆಯ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಭರವಸೆ ನೀಡುವ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಭರವಸೆ ನೀಡುವ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ.
As you all know, in Indian culture, we always light a lamp and invoke Lord Ganesha in the beginning to take blessings for the function. We will now have a Deepa dance by our sisters of 7th class.
ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಹೊತ್ತಿತು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ ಮುಗಿಯಿತೋ ಮುಗಿಯಿತು ಶತಮಾನಗಳ ಶಾಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಹೊತ್ತಿತು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಹೊತ್ತಿತು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ ಮುಗಿಯಿತೋ ಮುಗಿಯಿತು ಶತಮಾನಗಳ ಶಾಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ. ಕಣ್ಣು ಕುಕ್ಕಿಸುವಂತೆ ದೀಪ್ಯಮಾನ ಹರ್ಷ ಉಕ್ಕಿಸುವಂತೆ ಶೋಭಾಯಮಾನ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಮನೆಯಾಗೆ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ನಿಧಾನ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಮಾನ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಮಾನ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಹೊತ್ತಿತು ಕನ್ನಡದ ಶತಮಾನಗಳ ಶಾಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಹೊತ್ತಿತೋ ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ.
Let us invoke Lord Ganesha to take blessings for the function.
सन्ततमहं कुञ्जरमुखं शङ्करसुतं तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे. सन्ततमहं दन्तिसुन्दरमुखं मन्तकातकसुतं तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे.
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे. श्रीविघ्नराजं भजेऽहं 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 भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे. सेवित सुरेन्द्र महनीय गुणशीलम्
सेवित सुरेन्द्र महनीय गुणशीलं जप तप समाधि सुख वरदानुकूलम्
भावित सुरमणिगण भक्त परिपालं भयङ्कर विशङ्गमातङ्ग कुलकालम्
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे.
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे.
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे.
कनककेयूरहारावळी कलितगम्भीरगौरगिरिशोभं सुशोभम्
कनककेयूरहारावळी कलितगम्भीरगौरगिरिशोभं सुशोभम्
कामारि भयभरितमूढमदकलिकलुषकन्तितमखण्ड प्रतापम्
कामादि भयभरितमूढमद कलिकलुषकण्टितमखण्ड प्रतापम्
सनक सुख नारद पतञ्जलि पराशर मदङ्ग मुनिसङ्ग सल्लापम्
सत्यपरमाब्जनयन प्रमुद मुक्तिकर तत्त्वमसि नित्यनिगमादिस्वरूपम्
श्रीविघ्नराजं
भजे.
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे. श्रीविघ्नराजं भजेऽहं 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 भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे. श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे. श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे.
Today, Sahasra DEEPIKA is completing 25 years. A small seed sown by Dr. T.V. Ramakrishna, fondly called as Pitaji, and Mrs. Vijayalakshmi Ramakrishna, fondly called as Mataji, has grown into a huge tree. But this journey hasn't been easy. Let's hear more about this journey by our beloved Sarva Aunty.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome all of you and good morning to everybody. To our dear friends, our esteemed trustees and staff, and to all of the students who have gathered here, and to our special honored guest today, welcome all of you to Sahasra Deepika. Today we gather with our hearts full of gratitude for what my parents, Mataji and Pitaji, Dr. Ramakrishna and Mrs. Vijaya Lakshmi Ramakrishna have made possible in this world. You know, we're commemorating this significant milestone, and we're so honored to have all of you with us today. And while Pitaji's presence would have given us such great joy today, please know that he is watching and he sends his love and blessings to all of you. You know, 25 years ago, Sahasra Deepika opened its doors to embrace a vision of love, compassion, and care for children in need. It's not merely, though, a story of an institution that began 25 years ago when it opened its doors. Actually, the story began a long time ago, over 8 decades ago, in a small village school near Chintamani, where my father was a student in middle school. You know, he was born as the youngest in the family. He had a widowed mother, very poor background, and really no hope that he could rise above his circumstances. He wasn't really recognized, even though he did his best in school. But one day, when the teacher was passing out all the exam scores, he came to my father and patted him on the back and said, "Ramakrishna, you did a great job. I think that you'll go far someday." And that was the special moment that changed his life. You know, from that, it was a catalyst for him to move forward. It made him realize, because once you believe in somebody and show somebody that you have confidence in them, it helps them to believe in themselves and to build a better future for themselves. So this pivotal moment really allowed my father to move forward, earn scholarships. With great determination, he became a professor of civil engineering in Bangalore, and then he went on to the US, where he got master's degrees and his PhD, raised my brother and I, and along with Mataji, built a beautiful life in the US. But throughout all of it, he never forgot his experience with that teacher. He never forgot that there were millions of children just like him who needed that push, who needed that encouragement to go forward and achieve their dreams. And most of all, he never forgot about his homeland of India and how important it was for him to come and help those here. And he realized that, you know, he wanted to do something, but when and how? So as he and my mother were approaching their retirement, they thought, what can we do to make a difference? I mean, they were already doing so many things in the community there to make a difference, to help people. And anywhere they go, they would spread their seeds of kindness to everyone they met. But they wanted to do something special, and it was deep in their heart. And how many of us always want to do something but never take the next step? So with a great deal of courage, they took the 4 acres of land that they had in Bangalore and decided to build Sahasra Deepika on it. They would make multiple trips from the US, build the organization, and then they came back and asked all their friends and family to support them on this journey. And to be honest, we never knew that it would take the shape that it is taking today. We just knew that they were doing it with deep faith in God and with their love for each other and with their love for all the people in the world and to make a difference in humanity. And now look where we are. We are all brought together in the circle of the love and the compassion and care that Mataji and Pitaji have extended to each and every one of us. They're like a beacon of hope that shows that even an ordinary person can do extraordinary things. It just takes will and love and heart and sacrifice and care. All of the children that are here today that we have seen growing up, seen go further in their life, bring their family further and forward, and who maybe their children and their grandchildren, maybe one of them will become prime minister someday, or a Nobel Prize winner someday, you know? And it all started with the love and the care of Mataji and Pitaji. You know, it's really amazing that the the children now, they have, when we started, we tried to do a school here, but my parents met Dr. Sridhar, and together they collaborated on a vision for Diksha High. And we're so grateful for that because our children have had an excellent education. Thank you, Shamla ma'am. Thank you, Shanti ma'am, for all you've done to lead our students and all the teachers there. And, you know, mom always expects very high standards of all of us, even me. And she has, you know, made sure that these children have a great foundation to go forward, you know. When we first started, we had 8 students on the day that SAHASRA DEEPIKA opened, August 23rd, 1998. And now we have educated hundreds. Over the years, it was made a decision to go from being a co-educational institution to one focusing on girls' education, so that we could provide girls who are so disadvantaged in educational space to be able to have the power to achieve their own individual dreams. And that's something that's very important for Pitaji and Mataji. Also, my dad and mom, they're always thinking of ideas. They're always thinking of the next thing they can do to help someone. Dad started this idea for outreach program Spelling Bee, so that kids in the 8th standard in Kannada medium schools could improve their English language skills. This SAHASRA DEEPIKA outreach program touched thousands of students throughout the area. Dr. Sridhar was our MC for all of the events, and we thank you for all that you did for that. In fact, the director of the United States, the Scripps National Spelling Bee, came to SAHASRA DEEPIKA and met Mataji and Pitaji. And our 2016 winner was invited to come to the United States and represent India by attending the National Spelling Bee. And what's amazing is before the finals started, Paige Kimball, the CEO, said that of all the spelling bees she had seen around the world, SAHASRA DEEPIKA Spelling Bee was the most impressive in the way it showed the transformative power of education. And our winner that year, Priyanka, was accompanied by Salma, who was our trustee at the time. Thank you, Salma, for bringing Priyanka. And, you know, throughout this journey, you know, we've had, when the pandemic came along, even though it stopped a lot of things that we were doing, a lot of programs, Mataji and Pitaji, we had a few students who stayed behind here. They did their best to reach out to communities that were hurt during the coronavirus time and to help with medical supplies. They helped the students with getting their education, with getting resources so they could continue on. Mom never took that as a break. She just kept going and doing more and more. And so, you know, it just teaches us that when you're doing something that you really love and that you really care about and you're making an impact, you just want, you know, the well never runs dry. You just keep going and going. You know, we're each, Pitaji's philosophy of Sahasra Deepika. Sahasra Deepika means 1,000 lights. Each one of us is a light in the world, and we have the ability to illuminate someone else's life. Just imagine if each person took it upon themselves to help one other person, just one other person even, to come forward, what a difference it would make and what a kind of wonderful world that we could have. So that is the philosophy of Sahasra Deepika. It's not just about education. It's not just about getting good grades and going on to school or how many students we graduate. It's about telling these kids that in life, the most important thing is to do your best and do your best to help others. That's the philosophy of Sahasra Deepika that we have today, you know. And lastly, I just want to say, you know, Mataji and Pitaji, your love and sacrifice and joy and the smiles and everything that you have put in is in every nook and corner of this building. It's in every inch of these grounds. It's in all the trees that you planted. It's in all the flower bushes. It's in even the little puppy house that you have here. Every inch of it is filled with that joy. And I hope that we can all, as we celebrate this moment, that we can carry this spirit forward. That would be your legacy. One day a friend asked Mataji, what can we do to help? And she said, wherever you are in the world, no matter who you're with, try and find a way to be helpful. try and find a way to make a difference. That's all. You don't need to give me a big donation. You know, even if you want to, that's fine. But if you don't need to do anything large. But every small act of kindness, nothing is ever wasted. So that is what Mataji and Pitaji have lived. That's their life story. And would God bless us to be so sincere and so giving in our own hearts. If we can all learn to do that, I think we'll have a much happier world. Thank you for all you have done, Mataji and Pitaji, to make this world a better place, to inspire all of us with your grace, and to also to teach us the power of giving in each and everything we do. Thank you all.
Sapna, do you know what each letter of Sahasra Deepika denotes?
Yes, of course. 1,000 lights of hope. Sahasra Deepika's motto is love, compassion, and hope, isn't it?
Yes, that is why our today's program is based on love, compassion, and hope. Do you know what each letter of Sahasra Deepika denotes? Our dearest Pitaji has given names to each and every letter.
Oh, that's so nice. Can you tell us what are those?
Let us hear it from our little sisters.
Yes, for Shay, Shay is caring. A for active, active soul is a healthy soul. H for happy, don't worry, be happy. A for alert, stay alert, don't get hurt. S for strong, I am strong, I am brave. R for righteous, it's more important to be righteous than right. A for adventurous, make your life the best adventure. We are the girls of Sahasra Deepika. We are the girls of Sahasra Deepika. D for diligent, diligence is beginning of brilliance. E for efficient, efficiency is doing things right. E for excellent, excellent is not a skill, it's an attitude. P for peaceful, peace begins with a smile. I for innovative, be an innovator and not an imitator. K for kind, it takes courage to be kind. A for ambitious, ambition has the power to change the world. We are the girls of Sahasra Deepika. We are the girls of Sahasra Deepika. Thank you.
Such a beautiful performance.
I now request Sarva Aunty to welcome Dr. Sridhar sir and talk a few words about sir.
We're very pleased to have Dr. Sridhar here today. Such a distinguished person has been associated with us for some time, and we're so grateful. Dr. Sridhar has a BTech from IIT Kharagpur and went on to complete his PhD from Johns Hopkins University in the US. He had a strong desire to do something for the country, which prompted him to return to India after working 3 years as a researcher in the US. And he and his wife, Mrs. Lalit Sridhar, founded ACE, the Academic Centers for Excellence, established Deeksha College in Bangalore. Deeksha campuses have nurtured the success of over 56,000, maybe 60,000 students now, and is one of the most respected names in education throughout India. He's won numerous accolades. He was the Business Leader of the Year Award for Impact of Education and 2019 Stars of Industry Award by CMO Global. We're so fortunate Dr. Sridhar has partnered with us in our quest to bring the highest quality education to our students, co-founding Diksha High, now Diksha STEM, with Mataji and Pitaji. It's with great pleasure that I present Dr. Sridhar.
Thank you, Sarva aunty.
Thank you very much, Sarva. A very good morning, Mataji. Good morning to Pitaji. You're watching from the house. A very good morning to all the family of Dr. and Mrs. Ramakrishna, friends, family, students, teachers, and well-wishers. We are all blessed to be here today to celebrate this wonderful occasion of the 25th anniversary of SAHASRA DEEPIKA. I consider myself blessed to have actually had the opportunity to meet Mataji and Pitaji. These two people have been amazing. What they've done over here is nothing short of phenomenal. And they've been beacons of guidance for all of us, of what can be accomplished when the intent is pure and the effort is sincere. It's amazing what miracles they can do. And I strongly believe, it's something I've experienced many times in my life, that when your intentions are good and the efforts are sincere, the universe conspires to make what you want happen. The universe conspires to make it happen. And I believe my meeting with Mataji and Pitaji was actually universe making something like that happen. Let me tell you my story. Sarva was briefly sharing, thank you, you were so kind, telling my story. I was blessed and lucky to have a great education here in India, did my BTech over here, went to the US, did my PhD. Had some of my best learning experience in my lifetime when I was there in the US. Amazing country, amazing people. The way they accepted us, taught me, gave me a scholarship, educated me, always grateful for the amazing learning experiences that I had there. I was very happy there, working there, enjoying myself. But there were numerous occasions when I would talk to people and the discussion of India would come up, and the discussion would be, hey, is India poor? Is there poverty? Is there lack of hygiene? Is there corruption? All these questions would come up. And whenever it came up, I would get very upset, very angry, very annoyed with it. Because it's actually true. A lot of what they say is true. But it hurts when it's your home, your place, when someone points it out and asks for it. And simply sitting in the US being upset, being angry about it was not solving the problem. So one fine day I said, hey, let me just come back. There's no point being there, being upset. Let's come back and see if we can do something about it. And so returned back to India and started a small institution called ACE, and then became Diksha Colleges, to do something in the field of education with the hope that, hey, through education we can make a difference. And our hope was, when Lalit and I started this institution, our hope was that, hey, at some point we should be able to help children who do not have access to education, give them education, help them study in the good universities and colleges, and make a life for themselves. In that little way, do our little bit of contribution towards society. And that was a dream. Incidentally, ACE also started in 1998, and today, this year, is the 25th anniversary of ACE and Diksha as well, 25 years ago, coincidentally. We started around the same time. August 23rd, we started April 14th, is when we started ACE and then Diksha. So fast forward, came here, started. The first years were very difficult for us. 1998 we started, and our whole effort was only on surviving, making sure we had food on the table, a roof on our heads, and we could make a living for ourselves. God's grace, 6 years down the road, 2004, 2005, ACE established itself. We were having good students. I was mainly working with the National Public Schools and the Kumaran schools, helping children accomplish their dreams. But were we closer to our dream of doing something for children who needed our help? The answer was no. And that was something that was bugging me, that, hey, I've come back to India, I've started working, I'm a teacher, I'm doing stuff, but am I really helping, making a difference? I could as well be in the US and continued. I was not doing anything different by coming to India and training children who are quite well off. And that is when I met Mataji and Pitaji in the foyer of our apartment complex. Both of us were waiting for our cars to come. The drivers were to bring their cars. And both of us were waiting over there. And Mataji is forever the energetic lady. She'll not keep quiet. She saw this young boy there. Hey, come here, boy. And she started talking to me. Who are you? What are you? Yeah? Mataji is always an epitome of energy. Yeah? I say, Pitaji is more of the dreamer, the philosopher who has ideas. But Mataji is the energy, the doer who gets the job done. Yeah? So she caught me, started speaking, one thing led to the other, and I thought it was God sent. It was the universe conspiring us to put us together, that here was SAHASRA DEEPIKA working with children who were in difficult need. And here I was with my wife and our people saying, we want to do something in education to help these children. I think it was God sent. And in 2004, 2005, we started interacting and meeting. And at that time, there were 35 children in SAHASRA DEEPIKA. The school was, this block was the school block. They had 6 classrooms over here, and they had 4 or 5 children in every classroom. And Mataji, Pitaji were running classes. They were staying here, Mataji and Pitaji. I remember coming here, just seeing the children, having their lunch. Itself is a surreal experience. Even now, you should see the children, how beautifully they sit down. The elder girls serve the younger girls. They say their prayer. They eat their food, they take their plates, wash it and do it. I wish my children were like that. Yeah? It's so wonderful, the way the children have been brought up over here. And so we used to come here and we used to help. My teachers would come, I would come. We would keep volunteering and helping the children over here. But running a school is not easy. Yeah? I mean, you have few children. Getting good, competent, motivated teachers willing to teach 5, 6 children is a very difficult act. Yeah? They don't come. And then affording to pay them, it costs a lot of money to run a school. So as we were going through it 2-3 years, we were realizing that, hey, while we were doing a lot over here, we were not able to give the best of education that we could to these children. And that is then one fine day we were talking, the idea came. I don't know if it was Mataji's idea or Pitaji's idea. No, it was Pitaji only. Pitaji is the one who comes with ideas. Every time he comes with some new ideas, he's always coming up. He says, Sridhar, we should do something. We should start our own school. We should start our own school where all our children will study. But we'll also invite children from outside. So our children are not only in a small universe of 5, 6 children, they have a larger population to work with. They should study with the best of children outside, get the best of education, and prove themselves in the world. And that's how in 2008, the idea of starting Diksha High School came. 2 acres over here, just down the road. Mataji and Pitaji set aside the place and decided to construct the school. In a small way, 4 classrooms is what it started with, in a very tiny, small way. Now, deciding to start a school is the easy part. Constructing the school is a tougher part. And hats off to Mataji for going and mobilizing the funds for that. She was on a roll, going, meeting, talking, raising money to get the grants to be able to construct the school. And Pitaji would be there supervising the construction. I remember one day I came over here when construction was going on and I couldn't see Pitaji around. I asked the security guard, where is Pitaji? And he points, up there. The molding was being done, the slab was being cast, and Pitaji was up there on top looking at the bars and the reinforcement, has it been done properly or not? And he was 78 years young, that's all he was. Scampering up ladders, going up on top and seeing it. It is definitely a labor of love, that building that was over there. Today you see a big building there with 3 floors and 60 rooms. It started off in a small, humble way with 4 rooms. So yeah, the easy part was deciding to start the school. The tougher part was building the school. But the toughest part was actually running the school. Yeah? And again, that's why I say the universe conspires to make things happen. I have a lovely mother-in-law, Shamla ma'am, who's a mathematics teacher. A mathematics teacher of 35 years. And we had our first child, and she graciously took early retirement to take care of our child. So our daughter, she took care, she helped us out, the daughter grew up, and 3 years later, the daughter was ready to go to school, her granddaughter was ready to go to school, and she was also ready to get back into education, do something which she loved. And promptly went and said, Mom, please help me out. We have the school that we want to start, come and help us with this school. And she promptly agreed. And the last 15 years has been a labor of love of Shamla ma'am, completely devoted all her waking moments, her breathing moments, whenever she's thinking, it's only school, 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 school. And what you see here today definitely is a tremendous labor of love of Shamla ma'am. A hearty, hearty, hearty round of applause to ma'am. And once again, the universe conspiring to put the right people together. Today at the school, we have 70 of our children from SAHASRA DEEPIKA studying over there, and 600 students from outside studying as well. It's got the 11th standard CBSE going on. We adopt something called the STEM curriculum, which is very popular already in the Western world, but Diksha High is a pioneer in putting this together in India, starting it out and rolling it out. So much so that, and we had a tinkering lab called the Atal Tinkering Lab, made possible by a donation by Pandu sir. Pandu sir is here today. I don't see him. but made possible by a grant. And very happy to share 2 times the CBSE Regional Board has recognized our Atal Tinkering Lab as the best lab in the zone, in the south zone over here. And they've got accolades for it. And tomorrow or day after, I think, the principal has been invited to a conclave by Eldrock K-12 Education Conclave at Leela Palace in Bhartiya City, wherein they are felicitating Diksha High School as being one of the best schools for implementing the STEM program and curriculum. And this was from a group of over 800 schools had been reviewed and monitored and checked, and they selected 8. And Diksha High School is one of those 8 schools to be qualified and to be recognized for the fantastic work that they're doing. A big round of applause to the principal. We have a dynamic Shanti ma'am there. And all the teachers. Could not say how grateful we are for the dedication, the passion, the commitment of these teachers. We are blessed, and the children here also are very fortunate to have such lovely teachers being with them. So Diksha High is going on its way. Our children, we started Diksha High School in 2008, if I'm right. 2012, the first batch graduated. The children went on to do professional courses. Delighted to share. Children are now working in HSBC, in Deloitte, in Accenture. Just now I was meeting a child, and a child is in HR and in Leapfrog. So many good organizations. One of our children are there in Canada pursuing her higher studies as well. Children are becoming engineers as we speak right now. I think 4 of our children are pursuing engineering, many of them doing allied courses in medicine. We are certain all of them will do extremely well. All these young, bright children, stars, will do fantastically well. And they'll go on to make Pitaji's dream come true. Yeah? Pitaji named it SAHASRA DEEPIKA. And this is something, every time I talk to Pitaji, he talks with passion about the name. Yeah, and like Sarva rightly said, that name, SAHASRA, the lovely name, SAHASRA DEEPIKA. And the name is to just bring out the light in 1,000 souls, illuminate the world. Yeah, we've got so many bright stars coming out from Diksha High School and SAHASRA DEEPIKA. And it's our promise to keep Pitaji's dream alive, and not too far in the future, you'll have 1,000 stars from SAHASRA DEEPIKA shining brightly in this world, making Mataji and Pitaji very, very proud. Like I said once again, I'm indeed grateful, blessed and fortunate to have the chance to journey with Mataji and Pitaji, and look forward to your continued guidance and support, Mataji and Pitaji, as we take your vision and dreams forward. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Yes.
Thank you, Sridhar sir. I now request Sridhar sir to felicitate our honorable guest, Justice Hegde sir.
Indian jurist and former judge of Supreme Court of India, celebrated for his unwavering commitment to justice and his notable contributions to the Indian legal system. 1940 in Nitte, Karnataka. He has garnered widespread recognition for his stellar career in law. Justice Hegde's illustrious career reached its zenith when he served as a judge of the Supreme Court of India from January 17th to safeguarding human rights, promoting transparency, and upholding the principles of justice. In addition to his judicial service, Justice Santosh Hegde sir is highly regarded for his role as the Lokayukta of Karnataka. In his captaincy, he undertook groundbreaking efforts to combat corruption and maladministration with the state. His relentless pursuit of justice and ethical governance led to an exposure and persecution of numerous cases of corruption. Justice Hegde's remarkable contributions to the legal and anti-corruption landscapes have earned him several prestigious awards. Some of his notable awards include Padma Bhushan. In 2020, he was honored with the Padma Bhushan, one of India's highest civilian awards, in recognition of his exceptional contributions to public affairs and justice. Nobel laureate Ramanuja International Award. He received this award for his outstanding service in the field of justice and his tireless efforts to combat corruption. Vigilance Excellence Award. Justice Hegde was recognized with this award for his exemplary contributions to promoting integrity, accountability, and transparency in government. Justice Santosh Hegde sir's integrity and commitment to justice have earned him widespread admiration, and he continues to be a prominent voice for legal reforms and social justice in India. His tireless efforts to root out corruption and uphold the principles of law and justice have left a lasting impact on Indian legal landscape. Thank you, sir. We also have the chairman of board of SSRVM Trust, Mr. Harsha, sir.
Very good morning to you all. It's a wonderful day, and I'm very happy to be with you all today on the 25th anniversary celebration of SAHASRA DEEPIKA International for Education. I just heard the tremendous work done by Dr. and Mrs. Ramakrishna, and I congratulate you on your great effort, as also wish you a very, very bright future too, and all the very best. As was just mentioned, I worked in many positions in my life, but when I came to the institution of Karnataka Lokayukta, I realized till then I was a frog in the well. I really did not know the sufferings of the people. I was comfortable. I thought most of the people were comfortable. Per contra, I saw so much of sufferings of the people, and I was wondering why this was happening. Then I realized the fault does not lie with individuals. The fault lies in the society in which we are. When I was young, if somebody was sent to jail in my village, my parents would tell me not to go near that house. There was a social punishment against people committing crime. And the punishment was not only to the man who committed the crime, but it was also for the family, because the whole family was boycotted. Things have changed in the last 50, 60 years. Today we live in a society which respects money and power only, nothing else. Honest people have no respect at all. Honest people are very often referred to as a useless chap. He doesn't take, he doesn't allow others to take. This is the definition of honesty in today's society. I was wondering what's the way out of this? Because I've seen in my professional career, legal career, that punishment doesn't deter the people from indulging in money making. That too, in our legal system, it takes 50, 60 years before a punishment is actually awarded, and nobody is afraid of that, because immediate cash in hand is much better than a few years in jail. And even in jail, things are very easy, they're very comfortable for people who can afford it. In that sense. There is no medicine for greed. Almost all illness have some treatment or other, but greed has no medicine. So how do you get over this? Then I realized about my youth when I was young. I'm today 84 years old, and I've seen very much of last century and this century too. So I realized what is lacking today is the inculcation of values. When I was young, my parents used to tell me the do's and don'ts of life. And if I committed a mistake, I was corporally punished. When I went to school, I had a subject called moral science, which reiterated what my parents told me. So there was some sense of social values in our life. But over the years, things have changed very much for practical reasons, most probably. Today, most of the parents are working parents. And work is, again, according to me, is a disease. You want good posting, you want promotions, you want to please your boss that you are qualified to the promotion. So you bring the headache of work home. You work in the night with a laptop at home. Who speaks to the children? They are given an iPhone and they play around with it and learn everything from the iPhone. The personal contact is not there. Nobody asks what mistake did you make, what punishment did you suffer, or what good things you have did. This is the way of life today. You go to school, there is no moral science anymore. Who wants moral science? It doesn't help you to make money. But education today is 10 times better than what it was during my time. They teach today how to make atom bomb, but do they teach how to use it? This is the society in which we are. Ladies and gentlemen, after a great bit of thinking, I wouldn't call it research because I'm not a researcher, I realized that unless we take back this society to what it was about 50, 60 years back, there is no way out. The desire to become rich and powerful is bound to create conflict in the society. And if there is conflict, there will be no peace. The only way out, according to me, is to inculcate just two values which our elders had established in the society. One is contentment, what we call in local language as tripti. If you have contentment, you don't get the disease called greed. If you have greed and if you still inculcate it, that contentment controls the greed in a person. I've seen it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not speaking out of my coat sleeves. This country has developed quite a bit, but what has developed mostly, I'm deliberately using the word develop mostly, is greed. We have to control greed. Otherwise, there will be no development. We've been reading what's happening in the administration. I'm not a politician. As a Lokayukta, I named 3 chief ministers of 3 different political parties. I'm not a politician, but in democracy, without politics, there can be no democracy. But then, today, politics has become a profession. When it becomes a profession, it is money controlled. It's not service anymore, what it used to be earlier. In that background, if you don't have contentment, I don't think there can be peace in the society. There's another value which is absolutely necessary. That is humanism. We all think we are born human beings. No, there's no species called human beings. We are all born to a species in science called Homo sapiens, which has nothing to do with humanism. Humanism is a value which our elders created for peace and solidarity in the society. If you have humanism in you, you can become a human being, not otherwise, ladies and gentlemen. But where do you learn it? As I mentioned, you have to find a source to learn it. And that the best source is what it was in the society about 50, 60 years back, which is inheriting from what your parents were, following what they were, and become what they are. Therefore, if you could inculcate these 2 values, definitely we can change this society. Having realized this is the only way out, believe it or not, I've been to more than 1,742 educational institutions, conveying the same message everywhere. I speak the same thing. I have nothing better. I have forgotten what law is in this. But I can never forget what I have seen, ladies and gentlemen. Day is not very far off when a change will come, but not for better, but for worse. The conflict will be such that this country could be divided into 25 different countries based on religion and language. Religion is another very good thing. I believe in my religion, but my religion is my personal thing. I keep it in my house. I don't carry it outside. My language, again, is something which is purely personal, and I'm not going into conflict with anybody else who speaks a different language either. This is the only way out to change what it is prevailing today. I have seen such heart-rendering, heart-touching incidents in my career, 5 years as Lokayukta, just to give 1 or 2 of them. In 2008, an handicapped tailor and his wife brought a 6-month-old child to my office. I asked them, what's the problem? He said, the child looks perfectly all right, but it has no rectum. It eats through the mouth, defecates through the mouth. The local doctor said, don't worry, there is a treatment for this, but you got to take the child to a specialty hospital where a pediatric surgeon will rectify the deficiency. So they took the child to a government medical college hospital. The doctor there examines the child and says, I'll do everything all right, but it'll cost you some money. Money was not expenses, but a bribe. Husband and wife knew what was happening in the society. They had taken little money, which they kept it in the table of the doctor. And the doctor counts that money and says, for this money, I'll make a hole near the rib cage where the fecal matters will go out from there. But the child has to wear a bag throughout the life. Fortunately for the child, they didn't believe this doctor. They took the money back, brought the child to Karnataka Lokayukta office. And our officers took the child to Manipal Hospital in the old airport road where I used to get my treatment there and begged of the doctors to do the operation free. They did it. Today that child is about a 12-year-old girl. Every year on her birthday, they FaceTime with me and request me to bless that child. You know how happy I feel. No amount of money would bring you this happiness. I keep telling the students, when I tell you to inculcate contentment, it doesn't mean that you get a job, you become a sannyasi, you forgot everything in life and all. No. You must have ambition. Ambition to grow, ambition to become somebody big, ambition even to become rich. Legitimately earned wealth is no product of sin. Earn as much as you want. Become a millionaire. There's nothing wrong. But don't steal it from somebody's pocket. Don't steal it from somebody's plate. That will never, ever bring you happiness. I've seen this, ladies and gentlemen. I also convey a message which local elders and poets have written in their poems. And we translated into English. It means, become what you want to become in life, but become a human being first. What a message that is. I have added to that something more as my own message to the youth of this country. Even if you are not born a human being in your life, in the journey of your life, if you acquire humanism and die as a human being, there is no better glory than that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is what is the foundation of peace in the society. And if you don't have that, there will be no peace. And if there is no peace, any amount of money is not worth having. It is of no use whatsoever. In that background, what Dr. Ramakrishna and Mrs. Ramakrishna or even Professor Dr. Sridhar then are doing a wonderful job and giving an opportunity in the life to the have-nots to compete with haves is a fantastic thing. I'll give you one more example of lack of humanism and I will conclude my address. In 2011, one Air Force officer telephoned to me from Hyderabad. I didn't know him, but by the time I had become so notorious, most people came to know about me, and also he telephoned to me. He said, Mr. Hegde, 3 days back, my older brother's 18-year-old daughter is killed in a road accident in Bangalore. Her body is in a government hospital. We have kept an ambulance there because we all can't come to Bangalore for the last rites. And the police are not handing over the body because no postmortem is done. Please understand our sorrow. We have lost a young member of the family. We haven't seen her face for quite some time. Please help us out. I said, give me a couple of hours. I'll try and get back to you. So I went to that hospital and met the superintendent. The superintendent tells me, sir, it's not possible because this hospital every day, it's about to get 3 to 4 dead bodies, accidental death or criminal consequences. I've deputed 2 doctors to postmortem ward. Let's call the doctors and find out why this postmortem is not done. So he sent the peon to get the doctor. The doctor came, and one of them came and looked at the superintendent directly and says, what's the hurry, sir? Body is not decaying. Body is in a freezer. Am I to treat the living patients first or see the dead body, examine the dead body first? Then the superintendent said, who authorized you to treat the living patient? I have deputed you to the postmortem ward. He said, no, sir, a person came from the main building and complained to me that his relative is not getting proper treatment and he requested me to go to the main building and treat. So out of humanism, I went there for 3 days. So I asked him, doctor, did you know that patient or his relative earlier? No, first time. I said, I understood now what is the reality about the thing. That main building has 35 doctors, and if the patient is not satisfied with one doctor, he would have gone to another doctor there itself. Per contra, he's supposed to have walked 100 meters in search of an unknown doctor in the post-mortem ward. Probably he wanted his relative to die or something and all. I said, I know what happened and all. I will take action thereafter, but I will be sitting here until the post-mortem is done and the body is put in the ambulance and sent to Hyderabad. Then alone I will go and take action with it. Post-mortem was done, body was put in the ambulance and sent. He said he went to the main building out of humanism. Is humanism a family affair? What would he have done if it was his own daughter? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the society in which we are. There are exceptions to the rules, like Ramakrishna family. There are many others also like that. But their numbers are very few. Unless you have an en masse change in the thinking, respect people who achieve success legitimately. Don't have any respect for anybody else. I've seen it. And sooner the change comes, it is better rather than a change coming through revolution, because in revolution there is no winner. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I wish the students all the very best, and you have a long goal to achieve, and that goal is first acquire humanism and contentment, then life will be worth living. Thank you very much for listening.
Mamta, what happened? Why are you thinking? Why are you so sad?
You know, Sapna, when I was coming today, I saw a small puppy run over by a car and no one bothered about it.
Oh, that's so sad. You know what I saw? I saw so many people cutting big trees. You know, it's so sad to see all these. Why can't human beings be compassionate about nature?
Yes, exactly. This is what our girls want to say in the next performance.
Earth, our beautiful, extraordinary planet. The only planet to support the miracle of life, our Mother Earth. You bear our weight, you nourish us, you are the cradle of our final sleep. But we have been so cruel to you. We have poisoned your soil, we have dotted you with ugly landfills, we have laid you bare of greenery and dug deep gashes in your crust. Let us pause and acknowledge our transgressions. Let us learn to be compassionate to our Mother Earth.
I'm water. You are water. The sky is water. Our beautiful blue planet is water. We wouldn't exist without water. We couldn't exist without our oceans, our rivers, our lakes, the small ponds and canals. Water, the purest cleanser, the sustainer of life, the regulator of our climate, and the provider of our food.
But we are cruel to our life-giving water bodies. We fill the ocean with heavy metals and plastic. We pollute our holiest rivers with dirt and sewage. We suffocate our lakes with concrete. And we criminally waste potable water.
Let us stop. Let us revere our water resources. Water gives us life. Water gives us joy. Water is invaluably precious. Let us be compassionate to water. Trees ask for so little. From a small seed grows a beautiful green canopy which bears flowers and fruits, attracts birds and insects, and gives us shade, timber, life-sustaining oxygen.
But we haven't been very kind to them. We cut them down to make more and more highways. We burn down forests to clear land to grow more and more food. We stunt them and shape them to fit them into available spaces.
Let us open our senses to their suffering. Trees give us joy. Trees give us life. Trees are precious. Let's be compassionate to trees.
Life would be so lonely if we were the only living things on earth. In fact, there would be no humans if there were no earthworms, no butterflies, no tiger, no dog, no bird or bee. Life on earth is a giant collaboration of so many living things, some invisible to the naked eye, and some weighing more than 5 tons.
But we have been the cruelest species on this planet. We have wiped out 83% of all wild mammals and half of all the plants in our short reign on Earth. And we want to dictate which species should survive and which not.
Let us acknowledge our crimes. Let us make an effort to coexist, to live in harmony, and to share this planet fairly. Let us show compassion towards all living things that make our earth a colorful, interesting, and amazing place to inhabit.
Humans are all different from each other in so many ways, and every difference has become a reason for intolerance. We have created divisions for so many reasons: gender, caste, nationality, religion, appearance, social status. We have fought wars over our differences and wreaked havoc and destruction. Let us stop divisiveness. Let every difference become a reason for celebration. Let us acknowledge all our fellow human beings as our huge, extended, incredibly diverse family, deserving of our compassion, not hatred. Whatever our differences, let us never forget to wear our glasses of compassion when we look upon our vast family.
The children of SAHASRA DEEPIKA urge you to be compassionate to our world. Let's leave a better and kinder world for our future generations.
Oh, that was fantastic. Sahasra Deepika has changed lives of several girls. Mataji and Pitaji have given hope to so many girls. We have 17 girls studying in college, and already at least 13 have passed out of college and working in good companies today. Some of them want to share their experience today. Let us hear it from our favorite senior sister, Hamsa now.
Good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you. Namaste Mataji, Namaste Pitaji. We are here celebrating 24 years of celebrations of Sahasra Deepika, of our sweet home. So I'm graduate of Sahasra Deepika 2016 batch. Ever since I was a young girl, I loved studying. Through all the trials and tribulations that life had thrown towards me, I couldn't get into higher primary, which shattered my dreams of education. It was then, one of the first milestones happened in my life. That is, it came through Mataji and Pitaji. It's like a walking miracle to my life. It was then the beginning of the greatest journey was marked. The solid foundation which I have now is because of Sahasra Deepika. It was then, Thank you for believing in me that day and encouraging me to do best in school, college. Without your support, I don't think I would have been able to pursue my doctor degree today. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Pitaji. So there is a famous quote, Nelson Mandela quote, education is the single most powerful weapon through which you can use to change the world. And thank you, Mataji and Pitaji. Thanks a million for your vision of Sahasra Deepika, for your vision of love towards Sahasra Deepika. My sincere gratitude to you both for this support. It was essential for our dreams to become reality. So, as I embarked in this journey in my life, I felt acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is foundation for the abundance. So that is being grateful. I would like to extend my gratitude to all of you who have played important part in our lives and shaping our futures, and thank you all for that. Today, as we walked into our Sahasra Deepika, our beloved temple, as graduates of Sahasra Deepika, our life is nothing but a long waiting period to meet everyone. Happy anniversary, Sahasra Deepika. So it was the most beautiful times of my life I've spent in Sahasra Deepika. It is here that we formed the strongest of all bonds, loved together, lost together, where we were equipped with skills of empathy, compassion, honesty, resilience, and determination sure to carry a life forward. This is our home that fundamentally made us who we are. Sahasra Deepika has imparted learning of sisterhood, humanity, love, and discipline. We are rich in moral values, cultures, knowledge, life skills. Thank you, Sahasra Deepika. The discipline, the organized life which we are leading. Thank you for the opportunity. We have got adequate exposure to all the social skills, that is craft, it could be art, dance, music, theater, all the creative thinking opportunities. Thank you, Sister Deepika. It's given the fact that, it's a fact that ideals and the disciplinaries are ingrained in our minds in a very young age. And at Sahasra Deepika, we got a seed sown, that is, we are got the opportunity to learn it from our very young age, to respect elders, to conduct ourselves well. Thank you, Sahasra Deepika, for that. And yes, Diksha Hai, a school with a difference. Thank you, Sridhar sir. Thank you, all the teachers. Like, I was so happy to see you all. Today I'm here because you all molded me to be here this way. To our teachers, you taught us to spell our names, then stood by us as we found our identities. It is now that I'm growing awareness of how instrumental my life, my high school teachers were to inculcating in me the values that are integral principles of me today. Of how my school teachers nudged me and embraced me to enter the outside world. We will never forget or stop being grateful to you for your incredible mark you have on our lives. Thank you all teachers, thank you Sridhar sir, and thank you all the mentors. Yes, to wonderful, energetic and cheerful Mataji, you are our true inspiration. You are a true essence of women as a warrior. I really admire you, Mataji. Your influence in molding us for a better being is commendable. So, tears roll down my eyes, and just a thought of yours makes me emotional. You are just a living goddess to us, Mataji. Only with you around, I could feel or experience the godliness. We are truly inspired by your personal commitment to make a difference in this society. Your legacy, you've given us the best legacy, education, which is a very powerful weapon for girls. So there is a saying, you educate a girl, invest in a girl, she'll do the rest. And yes, it all goes well with our Sahasra Deepika children. We have all grown together, we have all successful in our careers. We can see the essence of being nurtured under them. We have grown stronger together. Thank you, Mataji, for this rock foundation we have got. Thank you so much for that. You raised me to be independent, talented young woman For that, I'm grateful. I can't thank you enough for the love, support, and guidance you have provided me within these 9 years of my life. I'd like to share this experience. I still remember, Mataji, the day I couldn't get through my medical entrance test. I had missed my counseling, and I was devastated because that was the only opportunity to enter the college. Then Mataji rushed with me to KA board authorities. She spoke to all authorities. She made sure that I got the opportunity at least at the mop-up round. Thank you, Mataji. If not for that, I wouldn't have been here. Thank you so much for that. I'm eternally thankful for making that big difference in my life. I also would like to share one experience which I witnessed. So this was during Tridevi's inauguration near the temple. So the man was possessed by a god, and all Mataji asked was, make sure my children, my SAHASRA children are good. They're grown good. And I couldn't stop my tears. I was like, why is Mataji so selfless? She didn't ask for anything else, but she asked for SAHASRA children's growth. And that brought tears in me, literally. Selfless love towards people will make you be the best, greatest gift for us. Thank you so much, Mataji. Your elegance shines like a diamond. Your powerful soul is our strength. Pitaji. Yes, Pitaji. A most admired soul. I miss you here, Pitaji. Most admired soul in my journey. Your stick. I always say this to Mataji or Pitaji. I always measure greatness of a man seeing Pitaji. Yes, he is an ideal man to me. He is very great man. Thank you so much, Pitaji, for all the guidance and support you have provided me from the day when I entered SAHASRA DEEPIKA till now. In every step, you have guided me to be the best version of myself. No words can describe the importance of Mataji and Pitaji in my life. Thank you for the light of hope. I shout out again, thank you for the light of hopes in many girls' life. Thank you so much. You both are true inspiration in being the ideal citizen of our country. Your smile is our energy. To progress in the life, your selfless love and care is the most special thing we have got in our SAHASRA DEEPIKA girls' lives. You are every reason, every smile, every dream. All I am now or ought to be in the future, it's all because of you, Mataji and Pitaji. Thank you so much. And thank you one and all for this opportunity. I am blessed to be part of SAHASRA DEEPIKA. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amsaka. One of the brilliant students of SAHASRA DEEPIKA, Bhumika, has exams, so she could not come. She wanted to share her life at SAHASRA DEEPIKA. She has sent a video. Let us see what she wants to say.
Happy congratulations to SAHASRA DEEPIKA for completing 25 years. Happy 25th anniversary to SAHASRA DEEPIKA. So I'm Bhumika. I'm a graduate of SAHASRA DEEPIKA in 2015. I joined SAHASRA DEEPIKA in 2012. So before that, I had very bad days where I was not even able to go to school because my mom and I were not able to afford. They were in a different state, and I was in some of my relatives' home. So it was a very difficult phase of my life, and thanks to my dad for finding amazing place like SAHASRA DEEPIKA. So he's no more today, but I always believe that his blessings will always remain on us. Today I'm standing in front of you all with a heart full of gratitude to SAHASRA DEEPIKA. So I'm so thankful to SAHASRA DEEPIKA. So the first time when I met Mataji, the warm hug she gave me, right? So I found a spark in that, and I will never forget that day, the day which turned out to be from no way to everything. So I always want to remember that day when I met Mataji and Pitaji. So the time I spent in SAHASRA DEEPIKA is just amazing. I truly miss those days. SAHASRA DEEPIKA has also given us many opportunities for our self-development, skill development. So we used to have yoga, dance class, music class, and Bhagavad Gita chanting, which was my favorite. So we had a lot of opportunities in SAHASRA DEEPIKA, which is still making us stand out of all of the people today. So I'm always thankful to SAHASRA DEEPIKA for that. So I always believe that SAHASRA DEEPIKA is a positive place. It is filled with such a positive place, and it has the blessings of a lot of gurus like Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda. So it has a lot of blessings SAHASRA DEEPIKA has. So it is always filled with positivity. Even you would have already experienced once you inside this campus. So it is so I always love that. The love and the care which I have got is immeasurable when I was staying in SAHASRA DEEPIKA, and also even now. So completed after my 10th, then I completed my PU, and Diksha College, and also completed my BCA in Surana College and got placed in Wipro. And so I'm currently working in Wipro as a software engineer and also doing my masters in BITS Pilani. Moving forward, I would always like to carry the memories I've created and the values certificate has given in my forever life. So I also want to thank all of them from the bottom of my heart who have made SAHASRA DEEPIKA as a remarkable place. So let us continue to help this incredible SAHASRA DEEPIKA to be filled with positivity and beacon of hope to those who are in need. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for making this successful. And yeah, I'm very grateful for the life I'm leading today. Thank you so much, Mataji. You have been a major part of my life. So happy 25th anniversary once again to SAHASRA DEEPIKA. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhumika Akka. Gagana would like to say few words on behalf of all SAHASRA DEEPIKA children.
Good afternoon, everyone, and all present here. I am Gagana, from studying in grade 9th. As we all know, we are celebrating 25th year of anniversary of SAHASRA DEEPIKA. Behalf of all SAHASRA DEEPIKA children, I am going to say a few lines about Mataji, Pitaji, and even about SAHASRA DEEPIKA. SAHASRA DEEPIKA, a house of 1,000 lights. Now, this is not a house of 1,000 lights. This is a home of Laksha Deepika. A house is built by stones. A home is built by hearts. By two traits of hearts of care, love, consideration, and above all with parental love. Those two hearts are blessed. The hearts of our beloved Pitaji and our beloved Mataji. Dear Pitaji and Mataji, we will fulfill your dreams. SAHASRA DEEPIKA will be generations to bless to be the tall bearers of our dream of wisdom and knowledge. Lead by you both in our hearts, dear Pitaji and Mataji. It's a dream come true for us. We have a loving Appa, we have a loving Amma. With our Pitaji and our Mataji, with thump in hearts, gratitude of love and misty eyes. Love you Pitaji, love you Mataji. Thank you.
Namaste everyone. My name is Suma. I came to SAHASRA DEEPIKA when I was 4 years old. So when I see SAHASRA DEEPIKA, it's not SAHASRA DEEPIKA, it's home to me. And Mataji, Pitaji, they have given great values to us, love, care. And Pitaji gave me a big 2 words in life, dream and goal. Without dream and goal, we can't live or breathe. It will become like a washing machine your life. Every day just wash clothes and dry, that's all. But with the dream, you dream more. You want to do something in your life. And you are not just a stone. You are a human being. Pitaji is a library of knowledge. He has given so many values to us. Even I don't remember so many things he has said, but he kept so many values with him. Mataji, she is the heart of SAHASRA DEEPIKA, love, care and all. I remember one incident about Mataji. In our holidays, everyone were going to home. I was staying in SAHASRA DEEPIKA. So Mataji took me to her home. The whole entire journey, I was sitting with Mataji and I slept on her shoulder. I don't know when. I became her child. I was hiding behind her sari. So, I love you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Suma Akka. One of our SD girls has sent our audio. Let's hear it.
ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2016ರಿಂದ 100ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯಿಂದ 10ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯ ತನಕ ಸಹಸ್ರ ದೀಪಿಕಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಯಜಮಾನರಿಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿನ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ನಾನೊಬ್ಬಳೇ ದುಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಮಗಳ ಸ್ಕೂಲು ಮತ್ತು
ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ನೀಲವರ್ಣದ ಬಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ತೋಳು 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 ರಂಗ ತೋಳು 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 ರಂಗ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ನೀಲವರ್ಣದ ಬಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಗುರರಳಲೆ ಮಾಗಾಯಿಗಳ ನಿಟ್ಟ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳಿರುಗಳಿರೆಂಬ ಗೆಜ್ಜಿಲಿನಲೆಯುತ್ತ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಹುಲಿಯು ಗುರರಳಲೆ ಮಾಗಾಯಿಗಳ ನಿಟ್ಟ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳಿರುಗಳಿರೆಂಬ ಗೆಜ್ಜಿಲಿನಲೆಯುತ್ತ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ನಿಲುವಿಗೆ ನಿಲುಕದ ವರಳ ತಂದಿಟ್ಟ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಚಲುವ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮುತ್ತು ಮಾಣಿಕವೇ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ತೋಳು 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 ರಂಗ ತೋಳು 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 ರಂಗ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ನೀಲವರ್ಣದ ಬಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಎಂಬ ಬಳಸುವನೆ ಹೀರಿದ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಮಾತೆಯ ಪಿತನಾಣುಗನ ಮಡುಹಿದ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಪೂತನೆ ಎಂಬ ಬಳಸುವನೆ ಹೀರಿದ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಮಾತೆಯ ಪಿತನಾಣುಗನ ಮಡುಹಿದ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಮಾತಿಗೆ ಶಿಶುಪಾಲನ ಶಿರ ತರಿದ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಶ್ರೀ ತುಳಸಿಯ ಪ್ರಿಯ ನಿತ್ಯ ವಿನೋದಿ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ತೋಳು 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 ರಂಗ ತೋಳು 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 ರಂಗ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ ನೀಲವರ್ಣದ ಬಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ತೋಳನ್ನಾಡೈ
That was such a lovely performance. Our next group song is Pitaji's favorite. It is written by Swami Vivekananda ji. He wanted our countrymen to realize various problems in the society and find out solutions for it. Let's hear Uttishtata Jagrata.
उत्तिष्ठता जाग्रता मनुजा उत्तिष्ठता जाग्रता ಗುರಿಯನ್ನು ಸೇರುವವರೆಗೂ ನಿಯರಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಮುನ್ನಡೆ ಸಕನೆ ಉತ್ತಿಷ್ಠತಾ ಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಮನುಜ ಉತ್ತಿಷ್ಠತಾ ಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಗುರಿಯು ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನ ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಇದೆ ಆರತುಣ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಗುರಿಯು ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನ ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಇದೆ ಆರತುಣ ಬಣ್ಣ ಪಡುತ್ತನೆ ಶುದ್ಧ ಜೀವನದಿ ಬಣ್ಣ ಪಡುತ್ತನೆ ಶುದ್ಧ ಜೀವನದಿ ಇನ್ನು ತೊಳಗದಿರು ಮುನ್ನಡೆ ಸಕನೆ ಉತ್ತಿಷ್ಠತಾ ಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಮನುಜ ಉತ್ತಿಷ್ಠತಾ ಜಾಗ್ರತಾ ಮಮತೆಯ ಈ ದೇಹವಿನಿ ಎಂದು ಭ್ರಮಿಸದಿರೈ ನೀ ಎಂದೆಂದು ಮಮತೆಯ ಈ ದೇಹವಿನಿ ಎಂದು ಭ್ರಮಿಸದಿರೈನಿ ಎಂದೆಂದು. ಅಮರ ಆತ್ಮನೇ ಅಮೃತ ಪುತ್ರನೇ, ಅಮರ ಆತ್ಮನೇ ಅಮೃತ ಪುತ್ರನೇ, ಅಮರಾನಂದನೆ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣನು ನೀ ಉತ್ತಿಷ್ಠತ ಜಾಗ್ರತ ಮನುಜ ಉತ್ತಿಷ್ಠತ ಜಾಗ್ರತ ಮನುಜ ಉತ್ತಿಷ್ಠತ ಜಾಗ್ರತ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
That was a soulful singing. We have some exciting news to share with all of you. I now request Sarva Auntie to put some light on it.
What a wonderful performances by all of the students. Please give them a round of applause. As we begin the next 25 years of Sahasra Deepika's journey, we look forward with a great deal of hope. We're also excited to partner with the Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir Trust to better serve our students as we move forward in time. Therefore, it is my great pleasure to introduce Commodore H.G. Harshaji, the chairman of the Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir Trust. Please, sir. Commodore H.G. Harsha served the Indian Navy as a nuclear submariner in various positions, including director of the Naval Technical Group and DGM, Planning and IT, before retiring as a Commodore in 2008. As functional domain consultant with Tata Consultancy Services, he was instrumental in the design, development, integration, and testing of control systems for complex underwater platforms and military-grade hardware. Very impressive, to say the least. We're so glad he could join us today. Welcome, Commodore Chairman Harshaji, to say a few words. Thank you.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Pratah Smaraniya Mataji and Pitaji, most respected Chief Justice Santosh Hegde ji, Sridhar ji, the pioneer of the Driksha, the trustees of Sahasra Deepika, Sahasra ji, and so many of you here today. It gives me great pleasure to be amongst you today when you are celebrating your 25th anniversary. Looking back, it has been a very sentimental and emotional journey. I could actually watch children who could not, out of sheer emotion, could not complete what they had to say. And I say, what they did not say conveys more than what they did. A little bit about Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir Trust. Although today is a day for Sahasra Deepika, we are delighted and very, very excited as well to partner Sahasra Deepika in the journey ahead. Gurudev Puja Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji created this trust. We are also entering our 25th year of existence. And we have about 105 schools all across India, 15 colleges and a university in India, and two schools abroad, one in Nepal and one is Oman. And this collaboration of sorts is a wonderful opportunity for both of us to learn from each other. And there are so many common objectives between the two trusts that I think only synergy will add up and make sure that we serve the society better as per the guidance of Puja Gurudev and as per the dreams of Pitaji and Mataji. I stand here assuring all of you here that we are standing right behind you in all the things that you will be taking forward. We share the same values, and like Chief Justice was mentioning, that the core aspect of our education should be human values. And we give a lot of emphasis on these human values and teach them young. Many of us learn these human values when we are quite in the middle ages, and sometimes we feel this should have been taught to us earlier, or we should have realized it earlier. And this happens through experiences of life. Some of the things that we inculcate in the children today brings out that quality of compassion and living for somebody else. After all, we are here for a very short period of time on this planet. What we do take away is our deeds. Nothing else comes along with us. So we must make sure that we give as much as possible to the society and make sure that society, the country, the nation, the world thrives. And I'm very, very confident. I'm an optimist by nature. And I see that although we are in a condition of hatefulness, a lot of pessimism is in the atmosphere, but we have hopes. And I'm sure in the years to come, we'll make sure that this is a much better place than what it is today. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity today. Mataji and Pitaji, thank you very much. Jai Gurudev.
Our girls of 10th class will put some light on it, on the positive and the drawbacks of the changing landscape of education. Let's hear them.
Hi Ganga, hi Salome.
Hi.
Sirisha, you seem to be thinking about something. What is it?
Yes, Siri. I was just reading about the changes in the educational field. The field of education is constantly evolving and adapting to the rapid changes in technology and society. In the past decade, we have seen a dramatic transformation in the way students learn and the methods used to teach them. There are some key factors that have changed the educational field today.
Very true, Sirisha. Let's see what are the factors that are changing education. Artificial intelligence. The use of artificial intelligence is becoming increasingly common in many industries, including education. AI-powered tools are transforming the way educators learn and the way students learn. From personalized learning experiences to automate grading, AI is providing opportunities for students to acquire knowledge and skills in based and online learning. The rise of online learning has been one of the most significant changes in recent years. Students can now get good education from the comfort of their own homes. From the rise of online learning platforms, digital textbooks, and educational apps has made more convenient and accessible.
Yes, you are true, Ganga. And then there is also globalization. The world is becoming more interconnected, and this has impacted education too. With the rise of internet and online courses, students can now learn more about other countries and cultures more easily. This has led to the emergence of global curricular standards and exchange of ideas on a global scale. Emergence of new industries is another factor. With the rise of automation, many traditional jobs are being replaced by machines, and new jobs are emerging in areas such as artificial intelligence, data science, and cybersecurity. Shifts in the job market are bringing significant changes to the education landscape.
As now I feel that the changes in education system have made many positive impacts. With online learning and artificial intelligence powered with online learning and AI-powered education system have made many positive impacts. Education will become more accessible to people from all corners of the world. This will help to reduce the education gap between developed and developing countries, enabling more people to access education and acquire the skills required to succeed in this modern world.
There are many more also, Salome. Because of globalization and online learning, people from different parts of the world are able to connect with each other. And awareness and about the different societies and culture will grow among the students. And it will create more diverse and global workforce. It is likely that the education in the future will become more skill-based as the job market continues to shift towards the industries and it has as a technology has the traditional approach of memorizing skills may no longer be sufficient for students and such as critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity, as well as the technical skills based as the emerging jobs.
I feel, although there have been some negative some positive impacts and some drawbacks of this as well. The over-reliance on technology for education can also have adverse effects on students such as reduced social interaction and increased screen time. The disparity in education might increase because not every student can afford a smartphone and other technology required for online learning. Globalization and online learning will lead to increased cross-culture understanding. However, it can also lead to cultural clashes and have a lack of understanding on a global scale.
Friends, every coin has two sides. At the end, I think we can conclude that as we move towards the future, the factors that are changing the educational landscape will continue to shape the way we teach and learn. While there are certainly many benefits to the increasing role of AI, online learning, globalization, and new industries, there are also potential pitfalls that need to be addressed. By acknowledging both the positive and negative aspects of these changes, we can work towards creating a more equitable and effective educational system that prepares students for the demands of changing job markets while also promoting educational goals. Thank you, friends, for an interesting discussion.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you, Akash. Our society has always considered girl to be inferior to a boy. It has put so many restrictions on their education, their dressing, their wishes, but now the things are changing. Today's girls have broken the barriers to put them on the society and achieve such a great heights that even men have not achieved. Our next performance will be by the Gully Girls, will show these emotions.
दीवारें ऊंची है गलियां है तंग लंबी डगर है पर हिम्मत है संग पाँव पे छाले हैं सांसें बुलंद लड़ने चली हूँ आजादी की जंग बेखौफ आजाद है जीना मुझे बेखौफ आजाद है रहना मुझे बेखौफ आजाद है जीना मुझे बेखौफ आजाद है रहना मुझे
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion.
तेरे हाथों में किस्मत हो तेरे धड़कन में गौरव हो तेरे सांसों में जुर्रत हो तुझसे ही सब संभव हो
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I can alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
That was a fabulous performance. It is said, Hope can move mountains. We at Sahasra Deepika strongly believe in this. We have almost come to the end of our program, and we want to conclude our anniversary function with hope. Hope for better education, hope for equal society, hope for better future for next generations, and hope for a better world. Our last performance for the day is by our 8th and 9th girls who believe with hope we can cross any obstacles in life. After the performance, our beloved Mataji will speak few words on the occasion of our 25th anniversary. So we request everyone to be seated.
कुछ पाने की हो आस आस, कोई अरमा हो जो खास खास आशाएं, हर कोशिश में हो बार बार, करे दरियाओं को आर पार आशाएं, तूफानों को चीर के मंजिलों को छीन ले, आशाएं ले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, आशाएं ले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी। उड़ जाए लेके खुशी अपने संग तुझको वहाँ, जन्नत से मुलाकात हो, पूरी हो तेरी हर दुआ, आशाएं हिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, आशाएं ले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे
Thank you very much for everybody today. I'm so happy. I want to bow to the Almighty God for giving us this great opportunity for 25 years, serve the um, humanity. And also, I really bow to my husband, Dr. Ramakrishna, for his vision. Yes, he knew exactly how things will be going. Every time his word is, I would be worried about Sahasra Deepika. He would say, Vijaya, everything will go well. Everything will go well. That's all he said. But he did everything go well. Today he couldn't be here. Behalf of him, and I thank all of you for making efforts to come. So what can I tell about Sahasra Deepika? You all heard so much about Sahasra Deepika. And only that I can say, this has given us a great, Justice has said, learn a lot of things from the children. And we gave a lot of, not only we gave, we learned from them. Honesty, peace, how to manage themselves, how to go out of this campus and live on their own with the dignity. All that they're practicing, I'm very happy. So I thank our program director, Amita. She has taken care of everything. Pitaji was not well, so I was spending most of the time with him and the phone calls organizing. But Amita, Vandana, and then also Vaishali, great trustees. They have managed all the programs and everything. So thank you all so much for coming. Our journey has been very interesting. So our children are great success. And we feel, and those are the stars they put there. They are our Sahasra Deepika stars. So every one of them, example, every one of them, for everything I tell her, Mataji, this is not Sahasra Deepika standard. She will always tell me that. Though she is not coming very often, she works and she finished her studies. Alanima, what she says, every time I tell her something, let them do something, children, she controls me. She says, Mataji, this is not your standard. Children cannot dress like that. Children cannot do this. So, they all carry the light of wisdom in them to their workplace and their studies. And I never had a complaint with any child. The Suma who could not even speak, she never seen a family in her life, 4-year-old, but we got her married to an engineer. She's very happy, yes. She's a great success. And Bhumika who spoke, and she was telling about it, and Bhumika did very well. Her father came and forced me to take her, and mother was unable to take care of her 3 children. So out of that 2 children, we educated them. And she's in Wipro, and Pitts Pilani, she's studying for the further studies. So really, there are a lot of great stories, but I think our children will stand tall and like a rocks in the society. And there is I'll never think they will do any wrongdoing, right? Yeah, you want to say something? Thank you all so much. Sir, Justice Sir, Namaskara. And you obliged and came. Yeah, and our grandchildren, children, all are here. First time after 7 years. Every one of them came except 2 great-grandchildren. So our Dhruva is our first grandson. Come, Shanti. Is the first granddaughter. No, Dhruva, you are supposed to say something.
I was supposed to introduce you, but I guess you already introduced yourself.
I introduced myself.
You did. You introduced yourself. I was told I was going to introduce Mataji, and she, of course, introduced herself, but should have known that was coming. When I was sitting here watching all the program go by, I thought a lot about this quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, which Pitaji had actually introduced me to when I was a child. And the quote goes something like, there is no history, there is no history, there is only biography. And what that quote really means is that, you know, when we think about our history, both as a society, as an organization, as a community like this, the things that we actually remember are the stories of the individuals, like you said, Mataji. And so my hope is that, you know, going forward, these stories will continue, and these stories will only continue because of all the work and support from all of you, and especially from you and Pitaji, Mama. So thank you for everything you do, and thank all of you for coming as well.
My name is Shanti. I wasn't prepared to speak, but I am so glad to be here. I'm so honored to be one of the grandchildren of Mataji and Pitaji. They serve as examples that I don't think any of us would ever, you know, expect to even be a fraction of. And their love, their devotion, their compassion, their strength, which is all, you know, culminated today, celebrating this 25th anniversary, and I know and I'm confident that all of that will, you know, continue to serve the next 25 years and beyond. So thank you all for being here today and celebrating them. It's a beautiful occasion, yeah.
One more thing I want to acknowledge. Lot of people who have come forward to help us from the beginning to the end, and donors and volunteers, and many of them in India, and also in United States, they stood with us. They said, you know, we cannot do it, you're doing something, we'll be happy to help. So there are a lot of people, and it is amazing to see, and how that they have helped us step by step for us to come up. And then today we have trustees, 3 of them, Leena, and Sarvamangala, and Swati. Nintkoli. Yeah. They have come from there. They are trustees in the United States for our trust. And then also we have our friends come all the way to witness. They are with us always, Mary Beth and both of you. They have come all the way from US to witness this wonderful moment. And we thank you very much for coming. So all our 5 grandchildren are here, and our daughter and our son-in-law and all of them. Our son is with Dr. Ramakrishna, and he was here earlier, and so he's showing him everything going on. Thank you all so much. God bless you all. And what Justice has said, it rings in my ears what he said, because that is what we all need to practice. And that's what takes us further. And not how rich you are, but you know, what he has said was honesty. Honesty will go a long way. And Dr. Ramakrishna told children all the time, children, if you make a B, it doesn't bother me. But if you are dishonesty, it will be really bothering to me. So honesty is the one we are trying to put in them. Honesty, peace, compassion. And we never expect anything from them, no matter what they are, but we are only expecting them to help one child or one human being. That's all we are asking return. We'll never ask them to give your money or anything. All that is help another human being. That's all our children are practicing. Thank you all so much. I know it's getting late. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for coming. Thank you. Harshaji, thank you, Anandji. Thank you.
when I let you walk into my heart. Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. I was afraid that maybe you thought you were above me, that I was only fooling myself to think you'd love me. But then tonight you said you couldn't live without me. You're round about me, you wanted to stay. Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. Congratulations and celebrations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be.
you.